and the new RTX 2060 was unveiled by NVIDIA at CES 2019 for $349, and in my opinion, it is disappointing. And in this video, let's talk about why. So as I said, the RTX 2060 was launched at CES 2019, NVIDIA held the event, and yeah, there was a lot said, good things about the card and good things that they've done in the RTX technology, improvements to DLSS, and all the good stuff that they wanted to tell, how they've updated the things, how they've fixed errors and bugs, and all the driver updates, all that crap, but they never came to the fact that RTX is still not what they want it to be. It is still in kind of the development stage or beta stage. You're still getting half the frame rates what you'll get with RTX off, and it was kind of boring to watch them go on and on about how good the RTX 2060 and the whole RTX technology is. Yeah, the RTX 2060 is launched at a price of $349, and to justify that, here are the specs. So the RTX 2060 is based on the Turing architecture and it is powered by the TU106 GPU. It has 6GB of GDDR6 memory and also has 37 RTX ops. It has 1920 CUDA cores, a core clock of 1365 MHz, a boost clock of 1680 MHz, and it also has a 14GB per second memory clock. It has a 160 watt TDP, so yeah, it is pretty power hungry. And you also get a price tag of $349, and you can get your hands on this card 15 January onwards. Those specs are actually very good, and it puts the RTX 2060 above the 1060, the 1070 and 1070 Ti in some cases. And for that price, it is pretty comparable. So the RTX 2060 is retailing for $349. And yeah, third-party versions may have higher or lower prices. As I said, the RTX 2060 is better than the 1070 Ti in some cases, so that does make it a pretty decent value for money card. But that's actually not the case. In my opinion, the RTX 2060 is a pretty good card for 1080p ultra settings gameplay if you need above 60 FPS. And if you have a high refresh rate monitor, most games run on triple-digit frame rates, and you can get pretty good resolution and pretty good settings, no problem. And you can also do 1440p gaming on the RTX 2060, which is to be expected with the higher price. The 1070 and the 1070 Ti are also capable of doing 1440p gaming, so it's not that big of a surprise. But what is a surprise is the RTX 2060's performance in workstation grade tasks, mega tasking, and also just productivity related tasks, so video editing, Blender and V-Ray and things like that. There the RTX 2060 does shine, and in my opinion, and as Linus said, it's a pretty decent entry-level workstation card. So yeah, workstation grade tasks are possible under $500, and you need not go out and buy a Quadro to do that. Now coming to gaming and the whole RTX thing again, it's not very good. If RTX is off, you can get really good frame rates at really good settings and resolution, and they're just trying to advertise a few selected games like Battlefield 5, Final Fantasy, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, things like that. There's not a lot of games that support, RTX technology, and there's not a lot of games that do it really well. So if you were to get like 120 FPS in a game at 1080p ultra settings, if you turned on RTX, you'll get only 60. So it, makes the frame rate, divided by 2, and that's not really good. And in most games, you won't be even getting 60 FPS. And that'll give you a very bad, gaming experience, because 60 FPS is the minimum for a good gaming experience. And if you're playing competitive games, FPS and Battle Royale, things like that, that'll give you a very bad, disadvantage competitively. Now, if you don't want to buy the RTX 2060 and if you don't think it's value for money, you have two choices. You can wait for the 1160 that's coming out later this year. It's the non-RTX successor to the 1060, that'll be cheaper, and it mostly has similar specifications to the RTX 2060. The 3000 series cards from AMD have been rumored a lot of times now, and they seem to be offering really good value for money. That is, the total opposite of the RTX 2060. So they're going to be performing really well for a very cheap price. The specs are going to be really good. So in my opinion, wait for the 1160 if you want NVIDIA and if you want the CUDA technology. If you don't really care about all that, wait for something good from AMD. And that's about it for this video, guys. I don't mean to hate on the RTX 2060. It's not a bad card, it's not a terrible card, but it's not value for money, it's not price for performance, and that makes it a disappointing launch. Also, go ahead and smash the like button if you enjoyed this video or if it was helpful. Also, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the RTX 2060 and what RTX, in general. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads.